Good morning, everyone. So it is Monday morning, March 15th. And I want to tell you about a little trip that I made to the eighth dimension over the weekend. I don't do the deep meditations very often. I probably should do them more frequently, but only when I'm urged. And I was urged over the weekend to do something. I felt like somebody had a message for me. I didn't know who. And the only way to find out is for me to kind of do my thing. So, as usual, I always visualize climbing up two flights of stairs and then opening a door and seeing where it takes me. A lot of times it takes me to kind of an empty field and a park bench, and I'm sitting there having a conversation with on a park bench. However, the one that I did yesterday ended up taking me to a spacecraft. I knew it was the eighth dimension. When I opened the door, it was kind of like long and tubular. There was a male energy at the helm, we'll say, and then four people at the end of it working on a human. Um, so as I kind of walk in and I'm trying to get my bearings straight and kind of seeing where everybody is at and what's going on, the four people that was working on the human it was like two males and two females, and the person that they were working on had hypothermia, and they were rubbing cinnamon oil on the bottom of their feet and their hands to warm them up. So I kind of watched that happen, and I'm gonna say this was probably all done telepathically. Again, when I'm in that meditation, it's like I know information, but I don't necessarily know how I receive it. So anyway, when they got done with that person, I don't know whether they asked me what I was doing there or if they could help me or if I could. I don't remember that part, but the information that came from them, maybe I asked them what was going on with my throat chakra and the tightness in my chest and everything that I have been struggling with for, you know, 2 or 3 months. I mean, I feel like my throat chakra is like closing up or closed up or not full on. And basically what they told me, which would apply to perhaps other people, was that all of the information that I learned last year has had no place to go. Even though I can talk to you guys on YouTube. I cannot have these discussions with anybody at work. They would look at me like I had two heads, and perhaps I would get fired if I really told them what was going on. They would think I was crazy and probably tell me to go home and not come back. So I don't bring up really all of the stuff that I learned at the office. And while I can talk to you guys about some of this stuff, I still have to monitor what I say because I don't want to get shut down. So basically, the information that I have doesn't have a way to get out of me. And they said that all of that information was basically stuck in my body. And that's what was causing issues with the throat chakra, with breathing sometimes. Like I wake up sometimes at night and I have like a very constricted feeling in my chest, and sometimes can't take a full breath of air. But most of the time I'm fine. So I just know there's like something stuck in here. And they said it was that information that I had learned, and it was like kind of stuck in my body, and that was what was causing problems. And so what they told me was that I needed to journal everything that I have learned over the last year and get it out of my system, and that will free up the energy so that like stuff will start getting moved around. And so then I also asked them, I guess I must have asked them who they were and what their jobs were, whatever. And what they told me was that they were called the A team, and the reason they were called the A team was because kind of like the leader of that bunch name was either A or started with an A. So that's how they came up with the name A team, and that their job basically was to help star seeds, light workers, or whatever who were not ready, whose time was not ready to leave the earth plane, like the person that had hypothermia. They were saving that person because it wasn't their time to go. and that perhaps like a car accident or something, they would jump in and help, some of those miraculous healings or savings that, nobody could explain. That was their job, to make sure that certain people in the earth plane didn't go before their time. And so that's what that little trip was. So I would say that that could be relevant for some of you guys if you are finding it difficult to not have anybody to talk to. And if you're finding physical issues, that perhaps that could be some of that energy that's trapped in your body, and that maybe journaling would help. So basically, they said for me to journal for at least 2 weeks, like every day, until I get all of the stuff that I learned. Because when I say, I spent hours a day for several months trying to wrap my head around all of the stuff that I had learned, and then only having a discussion about a portion of it with people, because it just was not something that you could talk to about the majority of people. Anyway, so hopefully you find that helpful. And I mentioned this to a friend of mine yesterday, and she said something about, and we didn't get a chance to finish the conversation, but she said the A team is something that she has been getting for a while. I'm going to have to ask her more details about what that means. But so anyway, I wanted to tell you about that. And I don't know if this is going to have any relevance or not, but I got my electric bill a couple of weeks ago by email telling me how much it was going to be. It was like $214 or something. It was like really much higher than normal because it was super cold in February. And I went on the app, I don't know, Thursday or Friday to look at it, because I was going to pay a little bit of it with the paycheck that I got on Friday. And it says no information. So for the last 3 or 4 days, it's not giving me any account information. And I'm hoping that this might be some of that help that's coming from the NESARA. I don't know. Could be. I might be wishful thinking. But it's just odd that it's not showing any. It just like says no information. So when I hit like the pay the bill, it won't let me. It won't even show me what my balance is or anything. And I just find that that's odd that that's been going on for 3 or 4 days. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. And I think that's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye.